Hello, and welcome to Sinister Scripts. No, and you want me mostly like reading into the mic, right? Hello, and welcome to Sinister Scripts. On this episode, I'm going to read YouTube comments again. Ooh, looks like we've got a comment from the Shining commentary. Daniel Norton says, please keep making these. A comedy duo like you guys doesn't appear often. Ryan has a unique voice that's very smooth. I really agree, Daniel. I think that we're like Abbott and Costello, or Thelma and Louise. We just gotta keep working together, and I think we're either going to succeed or die. On our Fast and the Furious commentary, Moonman Mike says, Ryan shutting down Joe for the first 15 minutes of this commentary was golden. Well, you know what's not golden? Watching the entirety of Fast and the Furious. It's shit. You know it's shit. F*** you, Ryan. The Militant Poet, AKAR, says, Joe had his ass rode hard in this one. It was great. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to ride Ryan's ass, it's just gonna cost you $20. He's a cheap bitch. Freddy Got Fingered was a request by Daniel Norton, who said, thanks for taking my request, guys. You were funny as always. But seriously, Joe, maybe you should get a job in a factory. They usually hire anyone, and they'll help you build a good work ethic. I got a job. I sling popcorn now. I don't need to go into a factory. I don't really like glass or brooms or anything of that sort. So thank you very much for the suggestion, but I'm going to pass. Thank you. Frederick Barbarossa says, Joe's lack of value as a human gives him value to me as someone funny. Thank you. I'm a clown. I'm a clown at heart, just like John Wayne Gacy was. And even though John Wayne Gacy did some bad stuff, I think I do some good stuff too. It's kind of like yin and yang. So thank you. Thank you very much for the compliment. I think, is my shoulder ripping? On our first episode of Malevolent Matinee, Sony PVM says, you guys need more views. This editing is so good. I'd just actually like to take a moment to personally thank our editor, Ty. He does such a good job with the show. It's so tight, it's so funny, the jokes are so good. And you know what? He's so good to me personally. He gives me food, he almost never hits me with a belt. Conan the Procrastinator said, I would love to see a news crew doing a live man on the street interview with random people, and the first person they run into is Joe Buckley, especially if after he drank a slushie, a couple of monsters, and spent the previous 2 hours watching bum fights on the internet. I will absolutely never go out in the sunlight. Get fucked. Next. On our episode of The Nun, Flaccidhatred had this to say, I can't wait until your channel blows up, and I can brag that I've been here since the beginning. Thank you very much, Flaccid Hatred, and I do have to say, I really relate to your username, because I'm also a lot of times flaccid, and I hate that fact. But thank you very much for supporting us, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, I am a priest. Squigs aplenty says, good stuff, guys. This and the Slenderman one were golden. The editing is top-notch in these two. Looking forward to more. Also, Ryan, there are some individual cards in Magic that sell for more than what Joe spent. Magic is worse than crack. Well, I just have to say, since the episode came out, I've spent an additional $360 in Magic, and I think I'm gonna make back my ear. You got my ear. I'm gonna get Cauliflower ear.
Try that again, Joe.
Cauliflower. Ivan the Storyteller said, the sweet, sultry tones of Joe's voice make this commentary all the better. You know, I'm thinking of starting an ASMR channel. Why don't you take a sneak peek at this? Okay.
All right, stop it.
No, it's the monster. On our episode of Hellfest, Miss Misery had this to say, I think the biggest issue with both the movie and your critique is that a bunch of people went in expecting a serious, scary movie when it was just meant to be a fun romp. It felt aimed more towards people like me, not really fans of big, serious slasher movies like Halloween. What is this? You think this shit's Schindler's List? What? Do you actually want a review for a movie called I know. It's not The Shining, lady. It's shit. Next. On our latest episode of Malevolent Movies, Diber0 had this to say, have my children, nothing, and I repeat, nothing will ever be better than the one and only Joe Buckley. He is our God, our savior. We just need to open our eye. I mean, think about it logically. Well, listen, Diaper, if you want to join my brand new cult, you can PayPal me $50. Baxman says, Your one job was to get a review on October. Well, listen here, Baxman. I have a job now. I've got a real big boy job at the age of 23. Okay. This is my work uniform. So, you know what? Sometimes you're gonna get a Halloween episode on Christmas. You're just gonna have to get used to it. You know what? Why don't you get fucked with a dildo made of glass? Next!